And now, introducing our host, ex-General Military CIA Director Jimmy Johnson, live with us in New York. And for tonight's guest, Abraham Lincoln, risen from the grave.
Okay, first off, we have some breaking controversial news.
Oh yes, I heard about that in the NFL with Colin Kaepernick.
Yes, let's play a clip of that right now.
Boo! Boo!
Wow, Jimmy, that was a harrowing clip right there. I want to say a couple things to that young man.
Well, as it just so happens, Lincoln, we have Colin Kaepernick live on set today. Let's bring him out, shall we?
Let's.
Nice to meet you, Colin.
Great to see you tonight.
I don't want to talk to you.
Okay, Colin, I heard you have a couple things to say about America.
You know what? I just really don't think America is that great.
Are you saying America is not exceptional?
You know what?
Absolutely.
You know what? We have a reporter live on set. He has something to say about that.
Let's take a look at that, shall we?
So, my first question to start off this discussion with you guys is, what do you define exceptionalism as?
Okay, Colin, how would you respond to that?
I think an exceptional country is one that treats its citizens with respect, a country that treats its citizens with care, and most importantly, a country that treats its citizens with equality.
Well, I gotta tell you, Colin, as a second-generation immigrant, my parents were treated like any other American. They were given the opportunity to reach the stars and achieve their dreams.
You know what, Jimmy? I totally agree with you. The other day I was reading an article by a first-generation immigrant from India. His name was Dinesh D'Souza. And his tales of how when he moved here as a doctor and the way he was treated were seen totally equal. And he says that even the richest of billionaires to the poorest of homeless men in America can be seen as equals.
What's your response to that, Colin?
You know what? I really don't have one. That was way too heartwarming, and it just really reminds me of how exceptional America really is.
Wow, it's great to hear that, Colin.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear you say that. Finally, I think I can talk to you.
Well, it was great having you on our show. Maybe we can do this again sometime.
I would love to.
Nice.
I can tell you're one proud American, Colin.
I've always wanted to meet you, sir.
That's good to know.
Okay, Abe, we have another question for you from our reporter. Let's take a quick look at that.
So, after that, do you guys believe that America fits the descriptions and definitions of what you believe exceptionalism is?
And what do you think about that, Lincoln?
Honestly, that's a very good question. And in my opinion, I really think that it does meet these criteria for exceptionalism. But the thing is that today, young people don't think so. In fact, they're the least likely generation to say that America is great. But through my old age and all my experience and what we were just talking about now with the immigrants, I know that if we all pledge our allegiance to the United States of America and for the greater good of us all, we will be an exceptional country.
So, coming away from that discussion, what American values play a role in exceptionalism?
That's a good one. I think the value that most embodies America would be that go-getter mentality. This is praised by Todd Leopold when he cites the appetite for risk and the desire for greatness.
Oh yeah, I know many Americans that have become successful thanks to these values that America has. In fact, I think we should invite my good friend, Howard Schultz, the CEO of Starbucks.
Come on over. Nice to meet
Thanks
you.
for having me.
Good to see you again, Howard.
Thanks for having me.
So how do these values apply to you?
Well, let me tell you my quick story. I grew up in the Bronx. I grew up very poor. My family wasn't very wealthy. But American capitalism really enabled me to pull myself up by the bootstraps and become the wealthy man I am today.
That's some great insight.
In fact, in an article written by David Frum, he quotes by Marco Rubio that America is the only economy that in the world where a poor person with a better idea and a better work ethic can compete and succeed against rich people in the marketplace and competition.
You know, that's a really good insight. That's what separates America from other countries where you're born into one economic status and you stay that way forever. Here you can move up and down all by yourself.
Exactly. That's the point I'm trying to get off. Capitalism drives American exceptionalism.
Well said.
Well said.
You know what, man? It was great to have you on. Thanks for coming, Howard.
Thanks for having me.
Good seeing you.
Wow, Lincoln. That was an intense conversation.
Yeah, it really was. I think it's time for a commercial break.
Let's kick it on over to commercial.
Do you ever feel clumsy, awkward, or uncoordinated? Does this video clip remind you of you? Then you most definitely need the Problem Child Inhibitor. Watch it in action now. Dial the number on your screen now to buy the Problem Child Inhibitor for only one low payment of $19.99.
And let's discuss further to the people of America and how they make it exceptional.
One thing exceptional I see in American citizens is how patriotic they are. Some of the most patriotic in the world. Let's bring in one of our most patriotic citizens, Uncle Sam. Nice to meet you.
Great to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys. I know you've only seen me in propaganda, but it's nice to be here.
Let's get down to the brass tacks, shall we? What would you like to say to us, Uncle Sam?
So, you might know me as the face of the American military. I'm the guy you see on propaganda, and I would like to talk about our one and only military. Recently in the 2017 UN General Assembly, Donald Trump quoted that we spent $700 billion on our own military, meaning that we have the biggest budget of a military over any other country.
You know what, that is sort of similar to how Hillary Clinton also sees the indispensable value of our military and how it's a key part of our culture and identity as Americans.
America's use of military power is what makes them exceptional because they wield the power to maintain global order.
Yeah, the way we maintain global order is just another thing that makes us unique from any other country. It's great to have you on, Uncle Sam.
Thank you. And keep exceptionalism in America great.
Thank you for tuning in to tonight's roundtable discussion about American exceptionalism and why America is exceptional. Later, go and watch Michael Turco's reports on what's wrong with American porta potties.
It ain't right.